Hey there, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and this is part two of our Deep Drive baseball game tutorial. You can get the whole set from Deep Drive Baseball for $12. The 2019 season, the 2001 season, the 85 season, the 71 season. A lot of great baseball. From Deep Drive Baseball, you can get the whole any one of those seasons for $12. You can try it out for $1. So I really like this game. It's a lot of fun, and I am in the top of the fourth inning. It's the Braves versus the Mets at Citi Field. Jacob deGrom versus Mike Soroka. So it's an excellent game. Both have an endurance of 10, and I'll explain that when it gets to that point, which is probably in this tutorial. So let's get started. The way I explained it earlier, you watch part one of my tutorial. It starts with the batter, then it goes to the pitcher. The batter is 0 to 49. The pitcher is 50 to 99. And then you have the ballpark card that comes into play when you go on the deep drive chart on the batter. We're going to throw 3 dice. You read the red and the white, and then the green is when you need it. Let's see. It's going to be Brian McCann leading off the top of the fourth. It's 2-0 Braves. The pitch from deGrom, that's a 0-5, and that's going to be a line shot up the middle, center field. Mike Conforto plays it on hop. So it's a leadoff single for Brian McCann versus Jacob deGrom. He's on at first, not a threat to steal, so we don't worry about that. That's a 23. 23 against Austin Riley, and that's strike 3. So deGrom blows a fastball by Riley, and that's out number 1. Next is Johan Camargo, a switch hitter. That's a 51, and that's going to be a deep drive off deGrom's card. That's trouble, because now we're going to look on Camargo. The deep drive sends us to the Camargo deep drive chart, and we're going to roll 3 dice for that. Now, it's 0 to 27 is a home run, 0 to 19 would be a ballpark, and that's when we have to look at the ballpark. So depending on the park, guys that are not real pure power hitters, he only had 7 home runs, are going to have to be park. Smaller parks, they'll do better. Bigger, tougher parks, it'll be a little bit more difficult. So let's find out what happens. That's a 70. So it's going to be 1 hop off the wall. It's going to fall in for a double. And McCann, who is slow, he's a catcher, and with 1 out, McCann is very slow. So McCann is going to hold at third base. I'm not going to try to score him. I don't know if I could, but I really don't care. I'm going to just hold him. We're already up by 2, and I don't want to risk it. So second and third, 1 out. And it's Mike Soroka, the pitcher. Hunting right now. We're not going to do a squeeze or anything like that. It's a 46 off Soroka, right? 0 to 49 is off the batter card. And the pitcher, Soroka's batting. So it's a 46. That's an out. What kind of an out? You look at the 9. The 9's a fly ball center field. Now, this could potentially be a sacrifice fly, but since McCann is very slow, it may not be. So what did we say it was? It was the out type was an F8. So we're going to look at the fly ball chart, F8. We look here, going home, that you have home and third, advancing to third, going home for a very slow player gives me a question mark, saying that I have the choice of attempting to score him. Okay, I have the choice. That makes me go to the choice chart for a very slow player. Now, it's also on the choice chart. It's also going to be difficult on for a very slow player. I'm not going to have a lot of advantages. It would be more of an advantage, like 10 points. It's going to be about a 40% chance, I'd say. Runner tagged out. No, not even that. It's going to be, it's going to be approximately a 40% or a 38% chance that he is safe. Now, why am I going to risk that? I just don't need to risk it with 1 out. I have a feeling that, there'll be 2 outs because I didn't write in the fly ball Soroka, but I'm not going to risk it. I just don't, you know what? Hell, let's do it. All right, so we're going to try to score McCann. Ball to center field. And we need basically a 0 to a 41. But if you got 0, 1, or 2, there's a whole thing that happens. 3, there's another thing that happens. And 4. So 5 to 41, he'll be safe. basically a 35%, 36% chance, 35% chance. And that's a 36. And that's within the 5 to 41 range. So the throw home, and he is safe. So McCann scores on a sacrifice fly to center field. And that's how you do that. Nice and simple. I play by the rules. Now, Camargo at second base could have advanced as well, and he is fast. So on the throw, let's see what happens. On that result, the runner would be safe as well because he would be advancing to third. I could roll for him to advance to third, but since he's fast, and there's a throw to the plate, I'll say there's no throw to third, so he advances. So that's going to put him at third base. Now that's questionable. I'm not going to get into whether I should do that or whether or not. I don't think it's that important. So it's 3-0 now, 2 outs, and it's Ronnie Acuna. That's a 76, and that's going to be strike 3, and that retires the side. All right, so Robbie Cano is leading off the bottom of the fourth. It's 3-0 Braves. That's a 52, and off Soroka, that's going to be a ground ball through for a base hit. Robbie Cano is on with a single. One of my favorite players of all time, Robbie Cano. Michael Conforto, not what he once was. That's a 32. That's going to fall on our defensive chart. I think that's the second time that we've rolled defensive chart. Now, there's only 1 or 2 numbers on the batter and 1 or 2 numbers. In this case, it's 71, 72, 73, 74. There's 4 numbers on Soroka, and there's 31, 32, 33. There's 7 total. 7% chance you get a 32 is going to be okay. I have to roll again. I have to roll 2 dice again. Let's see if it's higher than If it's higher than 41, it becomes a range check. We don't have to roll again. Since we rolled lower than 41, we have to roll on the error chart, and that's going to be a 91. That's going to take us to error. The catcher, unless he's a 5, it's going to be an E. Oh no, wait a second. This is the center fielder. 92, 91. 91 is the center fielder. And I know the center fielder we looked before. I believe he's a 3. That's going to be a ball that goes off Acuna's glove. Acuna is a 3, and that's going to be a 2-base error. Robbie Cano to third base on the error and into second base. Into second base is Robbie Cano goes to third, and then into second base is Michael Conforto on the error. So second and third, the Mets have something going here. Oh, I don't know why I did that. All right, so it's Todd Frazier now, second and third. Mike Soroka infield's back, and that's a 0-7. That's going to be line base hit. It's a single plus. That's going to be in the gap. It's going to get cut off by Riley, and that's going to score 1 run for sure. Michael Conforto is average. There's nobody out, so we're going to hold the third base. We're not going to try to score that. With 2 outs, he would have scored easily. An average guy is not going to score in that case. I mean, I could try to score him. It gives me the choice, but I don't want to risk it with only with nobody out. I'd rather just hold him at third. First and third, nobody out, because he'll even score on a double play. All right, and it's Dom Smith, who's a decent hitter. He batted .282 with 11 home runs and 200 plate appearances. Proportionally, over the course of a whole season, he would have hit 33 home runs, so not too bad a card. Dom Smith, first and third. Infield's halfway, looking for the double play. Camargo's at short, and Albies at second. Here's the pitch from Soroka, and that's a 10, and that's line base hit to right field, and that's going to score another run. It's going to be 3-2 now. Stopping at second is going to be Frazier. Again, with Frazier, I think he's average speed. I could try to send him to third with no hold him. I don't want to make that first out at third base. Ahmed Rosario. So you have to consider multiple things when you're deciding to advance. That's one of the cool aspects of this game. So you have to be aware of the runner's rating to decide what you're going to do. So There's first and second. There's nobody out. Ahmed Rosario, who's a decent hitter, is not going to bunt, although the tying run, we would send him to third base. So let's try to bunt. Let's do that. Let's have some fun with the chart. Let's look at the bunt. Now, what kind of a bunter? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's not going to play. That doesn't play a role in this game, what type of a bunter. Let's see the bunt chart. So it depends what type of out. If he's a guy that strikes out a lot, a 38 and a 9, that's a fly ball. So that's just a regular out. So it says 0 to 4. I'm going to roll again. It was 38. I'm going to use that. A 9 says sacrifice. That's it. That simple and that quickly. All right. So, and you can roll on top to see who it goes to. I think I had a 7. It's going to go to the third baseman. Charges Donaldson. Fires to. That's exactly where you want to put that ball. You want to make the third baseman field it because you got runners on first and second. So that's a perfect bunt by Ahmed Rosario. And I'm gonna put sacrifice bunt 5-4, and both runners move up. So now we got the tying run at third base. This is gonna fourth here. In the fourth inning, we're gonna bring the infield in. Which means a line drive is gonna be a base hit. Let's see what happens. Thomas Nido, Mike Soroka. And it's a 22, and that's a defensive chart. Let's see what happens. A defensive chart. Going to roll again, and that's going to be a potential error and a 75. An error on the shortstop. Let's see, the shortstop, Camargo. I don't think he's one of those great shortstops, but you never know. This is all metrics, and he's an above-average shortstop. He's a 4. We rolled a 75. A 75 on a 4 shortstop, and he gets to that ball. It's an average grounder, so he's going to hold Frazier at 30, fires to first, and that's the second out of the inning. So wow, that's interesting. So Camargo is an above average shortstop. Now this is all metrics. It goes by, you find the norm for the season, right? If you're above the norm, you're rated better. If you're below the norm, you're rated worse. It's all straight up metrics. It's not like, hey, that guy is, a great player, or that guy, it's not subjective, which is really what I like about it. And when you talk to Chris Witt, the designer, he'll tell you, he'll say, hey, listen, it's the metrics, man. All right. So we're going to finish out the second and third. Jacob deGrom is up now. So that's not good for the Mets. Oh, you know what? And I haven't been rolling the 20-sided die. So I've screwed up big time. So you got to roll the 20-sided die with guys on base. So I'll throw a few extra ones because I haven't been rolling them, and guys have been on base. And there. Okay, I think I've thrown enough there to catch up. That's for wild pitches or pass balls. And that's one thing I haven't been doing. If I roll a 1, then it would be a pass ball or wild pitch. Then, of course, I would check on the chart. All right, so here's the pitch from Soroka. That's a 96. That's going to be an easy out off the pitcher's card, a ground ball. No, it's actually a fly ball, to right field, shallow right. Nick Markakis makes the catch, and that retires the side. The Mets score 2, and they make it to a 1-run game now. So it's up to deGrom to hold Albies. Here's the pitch to Albies, a 48. That's going to be between 27 and 49. That's the out range of 7. Fly ball to right. 1 up, 1 down. That's how quickly that happens. Next is Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman hit a 2-run homer, 53, and that's line base hit center field. So a 1-out single for Freeman. Next is Josh Donaldson, a 49 and a 6. That's a hard hit ground ball at the shortstop. Rosario flips the Cano, the relay to first. Oh, in the dirt. Nice scoop by Alonso. It's going to be a 6-4-3 double play, and that's the inning. That's how quickly that is. Whenever it's a hard hit ground ball right at the second baseman or shortstop, it's going to be a double play. So you can learn to read that, and that makes sense. They call it a tailor-made double play. Next, that was a very super quick inning, like a 1-minute inning. Jeff McNeil, 35, and that's going to be a 9er, and a 9er is a fly ball. Center field, Acuna there. 1 up, 1 down. Next is Pete Alonso, a 63. Pete Alonso, and that's a strikeout. Alonso not happy with himself. Swung at a pitch out of the zone. Robbie Cano. Robbie Cano's 2 for 2 today. A 0-2. That's a deep drive. Deep drive. Cano gets a hold of one, drives it deep to right center field. Back goes Marquez. 73. That's going to be one hop off the wall. And Cano into second base ahead of the throw for a 2-out double. Michael Conforto now. That's the tying run at second base for the Mets. Mike Soroka. Here's the pitch from Soroka, 95, and that's lined and caught by the second baseman. The leaping Ozzie Albies comes up with a line drive off the bat of Michael Conforto for the 3rd out. Want to get through one more inning? We're in the top of the 6th. Now, around the 6th, you have to start looking at the endurance. So, points work. I'm going to check, see how many times DeGrom has gone around in the lineup. He's gone around twice. So that's -2 points. He's given up a run. That's -3 points. Anytime you give up a run, even if it's 1 run, 5 runs, 10 runs, it's -1. So that's 2 times around in the lineup plus 1 run given up. That's -3. And he's gone 1, 2, 3, 5 innings. This is the 6th. He hasn't pitched it yet. So that's 5 plus 3 is 8. He can go 2 more. All right. Now, if he retires 9 guys in a row, he gets a +1, so he can go an extra inning. So that's for those guys that are really pitching a shutout and really dominating. They can stay in there longer and potentially get a complete game. All right, Nick Markakis. Here's the pitch, and that's a 99 and a 4. That's going to be off DeGrom, and a 4 is going to be a medium ground ball, chopped to Rosario. Nice hop over to first. 1 up, 1 down. Brian McCann next. That's a 0-0. That's a deep drive off McCann's card. And a 44. That ball is driven deep to right field. Back goes McNeil to the track, to the wall. Gone. Brian McCann takes DeGrom deep over the right field fence. And it's a 4-2 ball game now. And it's Austin Riley. 1 out, Austin Riley, 4-2. And a 71 is strike 3. Riley down swinging. Joan Camargo. And that's a 0-1, another deep drive. And we're going to roll off the deep drive chart. 43, and that's going to be a ball that's pulled down the line into the right field corner. McNeil after it. He's going to the throw to second base, not in time. A 2-out double for Johan Camargo. And out comes the manager for the Mets. He's going to talk to DeGrom. Mike Soroka, the pitcher. That's a 55. That ball is a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. Now, a 55 is a regular single, but Camargo, I believe, is very fast. So he's fast, but with 2 outs, he moves another one to the right. And I'll show you how that works. So when you play enough games, this is all second nature. So he's fast. It's a single. Oh, you know what? It still is going to require us to a fast runner goes to very fast. Now, singles are for guys that didn't drive in a lot of runs. So Soroka didn't drive in a lot of. Well, actually, it's off of DeGrom, but that's also for pitchers that didn't give up a lot of runs. So they don't get a lot of single pluses. So this is a potential thrown out at the plate here. Even though he's fast, he goes to very fast on a plain single. This could be like a line shot to center field or to one of the fielders where he has a chance to throw him out. And it's not a very fast. Not a very fast plus player. So we're going to have a play at the plate here. I'm going to have a play at the plate. So it's a single up the middle. Camargo, they're going to wave him around third. There's going to be here's the relay from Rosario. And I think he's out. And Nito puts the tag down, and he's out. It's going to be an 8-6-2. And they throw out Camargo for out number 3. So it's a ground ball single. Charging it is Conforto. And actually, you know what? He threw it all the way home. And that's going to be an 8-2. Oh, Jesus! Let's undo that. Camargo second base single, and they throw out Camargo 8-2, tagged out 8-2, and that's going to retire the side. All right. All right, so again, I don't believe I rolled for wild pitch. There it is, no wild pitch. All right, Todd Frazier against Soroka. Soroka has the same 10 endurance, so he's basically at the same stage as DeGrom in terms of his endurance. Basically, he's been around the lineup twice. He's given up a run, so that's -3. Plus, he's gone 5 innings. That's 8. Here's the pitch to Todd Frazier. This is the last inning of my replay 70. 70 is a strikeout. So Frazier gets fooled and goes down swinging. Dom Smith is next. 97 and a 2. That's going to be out off Soroka. 75 to 99 is an out. A 2 is a hard hit ground ball to Freeman. Nice play by Freeman. He's going to race Smith to the bag. And that's 2 up, 2 down. And next is Ahmed Rosario. The score's 4-2 Atlanta. Pitch to Rosario, 41 and a 9er. 41 is within Rosario's out range. A 9 is going to be a fly ball center field. Acuna there and makes the catch. So that I shared with you some of my thinking, and you can see kind of I try to interpret the game as it goes with those questions on what I want to do. Do I want to try to score? I look at different things, and you had to play at the plate. So this is CP Cards and Dice. You're watching your channel for tutorials, strategy, player profiles, history, reviews, news, tips, tops, baseball cards, boxings, chats, books, and so much more. And I will join part 3 of this replay. Hey there, Wesley King. Roll that D20 a few more times. You haven't caught up yet. Yes. So I'm basically haven't been thinking about that simply because I've been kind of going over the cards and so on. So yes, I have failed to roll the D20. When there's a guy on base, you got to roll. It's similar to what you do with Stratomatic. That's where I got the idea. Even though in this game you're supposed to roll 2 D10s, but I don't do that. I just roll the D20, so I don't have to re-roll that. And it's a simple mod, which makes a lot of sense. It's the same percentage. It's the one is a 5%, same as on this, same 5%. And that's what it is. So this is, again, CP Cards and Dice saying I will talk to you guys soon. I will play the last section of my tutorial in a couple minutes. Take care.